Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. And in today's episode, we're doing something a little bit special. I think we are going on a bit of an adventure. I would really like to get my hands on some jungle saplings and some vines. Those are the two big things. Cocoa beans would also be nice, just to have the brown and the stuff. But jungle saplings, I think it's really important to get as many of the trees as you can early in the game. Maybe not huge quantities of the wood, but at least enough that you can grow some and get more if you need it in a pinch. Because, for example, jungle wood, I really like using jungle wood in paths. I think it blends extremely well with coarse dirt, but I don't have any jungle wood right now. I haven't found a jungle yet. In fact, I haven't really done any exploring yet. So I figured we'd go on a little bit of an adventure, and I brought some stuff with me. I brought some food, obviously I did bring a bed, and I brought a saddle from our fishing farm, just in case we come across a horse while we are out and about, because I'm not sure exactly how far I need to go. Now, I will say that since the seed is not a random seed, it's a specially chosen one, I know there is a jungle, and I know that it is generally northwest of where we started. I don't know the exact distance, but I know it's not super far away because everything in this seed is within 2,000 blocks of spawn, as I said. So, except for mushroom islands, I forgot about that. Mushroom islands are not. There's no mushroom biome within 2,000 blocks of spawn, although there are a couple of them within 5,000 blocks of spawn. So it's still not super far, and really, who wants to build in a mushroom kingdom anyway? That just seems a little weird. That's a village. Hello, village. That's one of the new villages, because that's generated in a spruce forest. So that's 1.10 in action right there, my friends. Let's go take a peek. Let's go take a peek at this and see how this looks. This is interesting. We got cobble pillars. We got the path blocks. Carrots. Do you have potatoes? I already have carrots. Actually, no, I've got potatoes too, come to think of it. Spruce doors. There's a blacksmith. Let's go take a look at the blacksmith. Is there anything good in here? A couple of iron picks. Not a whole lot. All right, villagers, what do we have for trades? We've got the shepherd, okay. We've got a cleric that trades flesh for emeralds. That's always a good one, although his trade rate is a little bit higher than what I would like. Anything else good around here? What are you? A fisherman. I'd really like to find a librarian. And I'd like to find a library and a librarian. We got an armorer, okay. It's good to know that this is here, though. So just a little bit northwest, weaponsmith, armorer, butcher, cleric. Oh, here's the library. Paper, fortune 1. Okay. Well, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll upgrade him and he will sell mending books. That would be awesome. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. We need to be going northwest, this way-ish. And eventually, we should run into a jungle biome, I believe. But that's pretty cool. That's good to know that that's there. Now, as I was saying, before I completely and totally lost my train of thought, I know that there's a jungle biome, and I know that it's generally in this direction. So we're going to go and see if we can find one. And then there's a couple other things that I want to talk about in this episode as well. First and foremost, the music. The music in the videos have come up a couple times, and some of you seem to really like it, and some of you seem to not really like it so much, and some of you really don't have an opinion. But the thing is, the number of people that actually comment on a video to leave their thoughts like that are always far less than the number of people who actually watch the video. So, and it's kind of hard to get actual statistical, numerical data easily from just comments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a straw poll in the description of the video, and I'd like you to vote. Just vote, and obviously only vote once and all that kind of stuff, but vote for what you think And it's going to have a couple options. It's going to say, I love the music, I don't like the music, I don't care, and I like music, but I don't like this music, I think, are the options that I'm going to go with, or something like that. And maybe I'll put an other option so that you can, leave a suggestion, and you're welcome to leave a comment as well. But I just kind of want to get an idea of how many people do like the music, how many people don't like the music, how many people really don't care in the slightest whether there's music or not, all that kind of stuff. So it'll just kind of help me decide, because I personally like the music, and it's the type of music that I would normally listen to, but at the same time, I'm certainly not emotionally invested in having this particular music. Hello, jungle, I see you in the distance. That little crosshair attack indicator thing, I want to get rid of that. Anyway, so yeah, that's just something I wanted to bring up. I'll put the straw poll in there, and if I forget, which is always quite possible, please remind me to make the straw poll and do the thing, because I'm very bad at remembering those sorts of things. I did bring a shears with me, right? Yes. Okay, good. I was slightly worried there, because one of the things I came here to get was vines, and without a shears, that's not going to go so well. And we can also get melons while we're here, too, I suppose. But let's get some vines, first and foremost. That's going to be one of the first things that I want to get. Let's just get a bunch of these. There we go. Now, jungle saplings are really what I'm after, but the thing with jungle saplings is that jungle trees have a lower sapling drop rate. Like, they're less likely to drop saplings than any other type of tree in Minecraft except for maybe dark oak. I feel like dark oak has a really bad sapling drop rate too, but I may be incorrect. Either way, or maybe dark oak has the normal drop rate, but you need 4 of them to grow a tree, so it ends up not being as useful or something like that. I don't know. Either way, so we're going to want to chop down several of these trees and get as many saplings as we can, because they're kind of hard to come by. And I don't plan on going crazy with the vines, because once we have vines, it's relatively easy and straightforward to set up a vine, just a real simple vine farm, which we'll probably do. Maybe we'll take one of the caves and set something like that up. We're kind of falling into a style all on our own, which I think is pretty cool. We're kind of developing a style here for our jungle, or for our mountain village, and I like where it's going. We're kind of getting this feel of kind of like a lot of this stuff is kind of underground in caves and things like that, or dug into the mountain, which I think is actually a really cool thing. Now, I want to kind of work out a little bit of the lore for that area in this episode as well, a little bit of the backstory, the history of that area. And I was thinking about it, and some of you guys had suggestions as well. And what I was thinking is that kingdom, obviously every kingdom that's going to be here needs some way to sustain their economy, right? They need some sort of export or some sort of something that other kingdoms trade with them and pay them for and all that kind of good stuff. So what I was thinking, obviously there's not really a whole lot of stuff you can do on top of the mountain. I suppose we could argue the mining, maybe they do some mining, and that's kind of one of the big ways that they make their money. And, that's not something I'm opposed to. That might be a supplemental income source for them. But what I'm really thinking is they're going to be like mercenaries, I'm thinking. They'll be essentially mercenaries that other kingdoms hire for protection and things like that. And then, excuse me, and I think it makes sense because it's really kind of a very high defensible location. It's got a great vantage point over the surrounding countryside. In fact, you'll probably be able to see the outskirts of some of the other kingdoms from the current kingdom that we're in, which I think is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And I've decided on a name as well for the new kingdom. I'm going to name the new kingdom Altum, which is essentially Latin for high, as in like up in the air, as in like, on top of a mountain. So the kingdom is going to be called Altum, and I think that's I think that's a very fitting name for that particular kingdom. So that's what we're going with. But I've still got some more resources and things like that in the jungle here that I want to gather. I want to get some more jungle wood. I want to get some more jungle saplings, obviously, because we didn't get very many yet. I want to get some melon. And then I think it's time probably to head back to Altum. So I'll meet you in Altum in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I am almost home. I am almost home right here. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, check this out. So we did pretty well. I also grabbed some oak along the way home as well. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a little over 5.5 stacks of jungle wood, 20 jungle saplings. We got some vines to start a vine farm. I got a couple of melons. Remember, my axe has silk touch, which is why they're those kinds of melons and not the broken ones. And then I got some cocoa beans as well. So all in all, not too shabby for a first trip to the jungle. And now we know where it is if we have to head out that way. Again, it's really not that far. I think it's probably like 300, 400, or 500 blocks. That's not too bad. That's a short walk. I mean, you can make it in less than a day. A Minecraft day, obviously. So let's put our jungle wood in here. And this is where we'll put the logs themselves. There we go. And we'll just toss those in there. Oak wood. And then I guess I'll put this here. And we'll worry about some of that other kind of stuff. As far as actually like setting up the vine farm and stuff like that, I'm not going to do that right now. I'll do that later. But either way, good stuff, good finds, and definitely a worthwhile trip. Let's put this over here as well. So let me get some stuff together and get organized and prepare for the next part of our little episode here, and I'll come back to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back. So I'm just grabbing a couple things. Actually, let's just take this. I've even got some birch wood, and we're actually going to use the birch wood. Shocking, I know. We'll use it for the only thing it's good for. Making chests. The rage. I can see the rage in the comments now. Okay, in all seriousness. So, we're going to make a couple of hoppers. I'm going to need, let's see, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to need 6 hoppers for this. And what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a little bit of an auto smelter. I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time with this because I make auto smelters in pretty much all of my series relatively early, so most of you have already seen, I'm assuming at least, me make these auto smelters. They're really nothing incredibly spectacular or anything like that, but they are very, very, very useful things to have, and something that I would recommend having in just about any world. I think any world, especially a vanilla world where you don't have automated machines to do all the work and stuff for you, this is a really good thing to have. So I would highly encourage you to make at least a couple of these if you've never done so before. So let's go ahead and make 6 trap chests, and then we've got 6 hoppers, and I think that's going to be everything we need. As for where we're going to set this up, we need a essentially 4x2 area. It is possible to compact it down, but it does basically need to be an odd numbered location. So, I should say even is what I meant to say, an even numbered location. Where can we put it? Maybe we'll put it up in the tower? No, that's going to be odd as well. Where can we put this thing? Ooh, what if we were to have it, like, in here? Or we could easily put it down in the mines? I mean, that's where the majority of this... But then I gotta go all the way down there. That's a long ways. We don't need a whole lot of space for this. Maybe maybe right here. Maybe, ooh, and actually that would create kind of a cool thing with the path too, because then the path would kind of wrap around and down. And that could create a pretty cool effect, actually. So why don't we do that? And this will be our little auto smelter room place thing. I'm going to have to be careful not to dig in too far, though, because I'm pretty sure that our fish farm is right over here as well. And it does go down a little ways because of the storage chests and things like that. So I'm thinking this will be where we put our auto smelter, at least for the time being. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to put 2 chests like that, a regular chest here. We'll grab our hoppers and go 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, and then we got to dig up a little ways. So let's just hollow this out. I feel like that's way higher than I remember it being. Is it just me, or is it way higher than I remember it being? Maybe it's just me. Well, maybe that's right. That doesn't seem right, though. Let me get asleep. Let me go ahead and make the auto smelter and deck up the room for you a little bit, and I'll come back in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I think I've got this all kind of sorted out. There's just a couple finishing touches I need to put in place. So we need the pathway, and the path, I think, is going to come about here, and we'll kind of bring that around. And I'm kind of thinking we're going to tear this little part right here back as well. So this will essentially be our path. Although I just realized I actually want that down here instead. So that it's down the half block. Because I think that looks better, personally. That's just my personal preference. Okay. So we do something like that. And that looks alright. This looks kind of garbage. So maybe we do that. Can you still... Yeah, you can still run up there. Awesome. Okay. So now we need to kind of frame out that pathway a little bit. And we'll just do something like that. We'll bring these logs over to here and up like that. That looks good. I like it. I like it. And then this is our actual room. And I want to dress this floor up a little bit as well. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to mix a little bit of mossy into the floor. I don't think I have any andesite left at all. But we can use some cobble stairs here and there, maybe. Maybe you would do one like this. Just to kind of... We're basically just trying to add a little bit of interest to this room. And then here... I want to cover that up and that up. And then I'm thinking right here, maybe, we'll bring... Ooh. Oh, I think that went into a hopper? Did that go into a hopper? What happened to that? No? No? Not sure what happened there. It just vanished into thin air. Either way, we'll do something like this. And then up here, I think we're going to go ahead and put in that lovely cobblestone ceiling like this. Because I actually really like the way that looks. And then up here, I'm going to put smooth stone in. We have a little bit left over from smelting it last time around. And I'm not hugely happy with this shape, but it's not atrocious either. I really need to get the fences in here so I stop falling off. That would be great. I think for now this will do, though. And this is a fully functioning Autosmelter. So it works. It gets the job done. I just need to put those back. And then basically, the way it works is the stuff you want to have smelted, you put up here in this chest. You put coal in these two chests. Each one feeds its respective furnace. And when it's all done smelting, it will spit it out right here. And it works really well. So, as I said, this is one thing that pretty much every survival world should have. Or at least some, I mean, obviously it doesn't have to look like this, but some variation on it should really almost be a requirement. Just because who wants to manually sit there and wait for your stuff to smelt? It's way easier when you're done mining to just take it to the furnace, dump it all in a chest, and then come back later to pick it up after everything's smelted. That's really the big thing. It's a little faster than a single furnace, obviously, because there's two furnaces there, but that's kind of neither here nor there. The big thing is that I can just dump everything into one chest and let it do its thing, and then come back later and pick up the stuff after it's been smelted. So I think we are good there. I just need to put the fences into the onto the pathway, and then I think we're good. So let me get that done, and I'll be back with you in just a sec. Alright guys, I am back, and check this out. This is really starting to look interesting right here. We've got a pathway that comes up here, a pathway that kind of comes down here. I mean, it's really starting to kind of come together. This isn't looking too bad. I'm liking it. And we got a name. Place is named Altoom. And we got to the jungle and did a little bit of adventuring as well. So all in all, not too shabby. But guys, I think I am out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Remember, the straw poll in the description about the music. As for me, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.